What up, beautiful people? Welcome to another edition of Right About Now presents the Virtual Slam head-to-head competition. My name is Chibi. I am going to be your host for this evening. So let's not waste any time and dive right into the reason why we are here. We got 8 poets in the back right now, virtually, waiting and willing and ready to compete in a series of head-to-head bouts for a chance to win $100 in cash prizes. They are joining us from all over the world. Where are you joining us from? Drop it in the comment section. We always love to see where people are joining us from. Yes, Kristi, Jeffrey, we are excited for some poetry. Macy is excited for her first live stream. Okay, here we go. So here's what's going to happen. We have randomly paired these 8 poets in 4 head-to-head bouts for round 1. They are going to both come on stage. For each bout, 2 poets are going to come on stage. Each poet is going to perform or read a poem. That poem cannot be longer than 2 minutes and 10 seconds because at 2 minutes and 10 seconds, I will mute them and we will move on. And we will have 2 minutes and 10 seconds of a fabulous poem. No big deal, but that's all that they are going to be able to perform. Once both poets have performed, then we will drop a link in the comments section to a poll because our winners are decided by audience vote. That's right. You, the audience watching right now, are also the judges. All right. So we encourage you to click on that link and to vote because historically these bouts have had a very slim margin in terms of who advances to the next round and who wins. Like I'm talking like 5 or less votes. So if you're watching for each bout, make sure you're clicking on the link and voting for who you think won that bout and should advance to the next round. Also, if you are tuning in and maybe you didn't tune in right when the live stream started, make sure you fast forward to make sure you're watching it live because we only leave the poll open for a minute. So if you're like 30 minutes behind us and clicking on them links, them votes don't count no more. You voted after Election Day. What were you doing? Okay. So make sure that you are watching this live. You click on those links. You vote for who you think advanced. So we're gonna start with 8 poets. We're gonna cut it down to 4 poets. Those will go in 2 head-to-head bouts to cut it down to 2 poets, and those will battle it out for first place. We have $100 in cash prizes. The way this works is first place walks away with $50 cash. Second place walks away with $30. And then the 2 poets that made it to the second round but didn't advance to the third round will each get $10. So that means that 4 people walk out with some money. And it's good money, too. It's good money, too, because these virtual slams are only available to our Facebook supporters. That only costs $5 a month. So if you make it to the second round, that's 2 months of free membership. Boom. Anywho, so we'll talk more about that after the first bout. But tonight, competing in no particular order, I'm just going to go through. We have, shout out your favorites in the comment sections, by the way, Gwen Cee, Kristi Scribbles, Kirsten McWhorter, Sarah Bellum, BLUPOETRES, Imani Jade, Amir Safi, and the Prodigy. Truth is going to be, it's a stacked night, people. It's going to be good. So before we jump in, we want to make sure your voting fingers are ready, agile, able to click on said links when we drop them. So we do have a sacrificial round. For the sacrificial round, we're going to show you 2 videos of 2 poems, and you will vote on your favorite of the 2 videos. But trust me when I say the rest of the night, all these poets are performing live from wherever it is that they are joining us. So it's going to be hot, and anything can happen. I do mean anything. So, oh, and I mean anything because props and costumes are totally allowed in the virtual slam. No one's taken advantage of that yet, but I'm letting you know it's out there. All right, let's get the sacrificial round going. I hope my video person is ready. First up in the sacrificial round, y'all show some love for the powerhouse that is Natasha Carizosa.
Mehi Africana. Born with 2 tongues, I speak of, hablo de, I write of, escribo de. Mi vida, cultura colorada, pintada, painted a picture para que puedan ver that I am Mehi Africana. It's half and half, but whole, as in an entire empire of Aztec warriors breathe orange-red fire into my lungs. It's half and half, but whole, as in an entire tribe from the Congo rained blue-black blood into my soul. I am that red-brown-black sister thinking and breathing their poetic thoughts. That prolific, prophetic poet with them red-brown twisted locks. I see and record the world in black ink like the skin of my people. I am fierce like panthers, militant with being as they be. Hot water, cornbread, oxtails, and collard greens, chanting down Babylon with Jah Rastafari beats. I'm ghetto soliloquies of Haitian refugees spoken underneath Harlem's balconies. I represent the black freedom which the Negro spiritual speaks. I am all things black, and all black things I be. Yo soy la morena, la poema que despierta su mente, que enciende su alma con papel y pluma. I can make the sun and moon rise at the same time. I am el viento que viene de México, el este y el oeste. Este es la verdad. I'm the song on Pancho's lips as he sits and eats un burrito de chorizo con huevo, praying for a job to feed his niños. I am salsa, picosa, como Willie Colon, Frank Luis y Celia, una mariposa in May. And may I say that brown and proud is what I will remain. Staining this life with my mark, because you see my seco is just as bad as my bark, because porque I am una niña de Yucatán, Chichen Itza, Quetzalcoatl is my mother, and here I am, landed on this land with pen in hand, to tell the tales of mi gente, Mayans, Aztecs, and Incans, roofers, day laborers, carbo, lo que sea, es la misma cosa, sangre. I'm una niña de mi país, una de una raza tan fuerte, una niña de México, así me quedo. Born with two tongues, I speak of, hablo de, I write of, escribo de mi vida, cultura colorada, pintada, painted a picture para que puedan ver that I am Mexiafricana.
Yo, Auntie Natasha Carizosa kicking off the sacrificial round. Coming up next against that video and that poem is going to be another fire poet, Noel Quiñones.
This poem is called Arroz Poética Battle Rhyme for Kendrick Lamar, after Untitled 3/5/28/2013. What the Latinos say silences doubt. That's what my parents say, build me some clout. Multiply from the charm and rhythms, they start to count. Him believing in quantity, me believing in drought. Asked him about Latinos in Compton, he said, I don't usually count. Demanded, what are you doing? I said, taking my time. You want to rush Spanish, I made this country mine. Los Angeles a Nueva York ain't but design. We repetitious accent, heard your collard green rhyme. Spitting do, spitting accent part-time. How many rappers want to go and take my tongue for a ride? What the Latinos say, I want a piece of your mind. That's what Latinos say, give me a line. In one of your songs, and really you act surprised, always forgetting our presence in these racial divides, telling you made maids of Latinos, mockery of my people, felt invisible hands on the way to the steeple. Equity at this height, really we'd be alright if you only reflect on generational sight. D-verse with so much well-versed intention. Look at my heritage before you mention what the Latinos say, my piece is mine. That's what mi gente say I need to decline. And he features the bag, so satisfy my design. Do it all for the language, from the rhyme to the vanquish. Like to live in this palette where everything is this anguish. What I'm saying to you, nod your head to the truth. Lengua is power, fuck on a new flow every hour. I couldn't be prouder, till Kendrick translates the high power. Entonces I'ma call it high poder and make it ours, joder. No esperaba eso. Then I recommend you sloppy playback mi proceso. Este lenguaje es nuestro. Actually, all this hip-hop shit is nuestro. I spit it quick and plentiful. Y toda mi compañera comieron. Y ahora nunca se olvidaron. So Kendrick, no matter what you do or what you say, I shall comer las frutas de mi fuerza when I perform again. I tell him, Kendrick, no matter what you do or what you say, I shall comer las frutas de mi fuerza when I perform again.
Noel Quiñones spitting fire all the way from New York City. All right, people, here's how it goes. This is the time, the moment of truth. Now it is time to vote. We have already dropped the link in the comments section. So make sure you're, have it set up so that you are seeing the newest comments coming through, right? Not the most relevant, not the most popular, but the newest ones. So that you can see that link and you can click on that link and you can vote. You have to vote. That's the way this works. You, the audience, decides who wins each bout, moves on to the next round, and ultimately wins the big money. We've dropped it twice now. That link is in there. After you vote, let us know who you voted for. Because you are not only the judges, you're also the audience. You need to influence the other judges. Who do you think took that bout? Was it Natasha Carrizosa or Noel Quiñones? Yes, the energy was absolutely amazing from both of them. You got about 30 seconds left to vote. What are you waiting for, people? Just go with your gut. Okay. There it is again. Dropping the link in the comment section. Have you clicked on it? Did you vote? I know someone said they voted. Someone said they voted. Who submitted? That's right. Was it Linda? Lucinda? Lucinda voted. Kiunda says Natasha took that. Imani's like, they were both so good. It's definitely a hard one. This is just the beginning, people. It's only going to get harder. It's only going to get harder. So we just want to make sure that you are able to access the link, that you are able to vote. And I'm going to close that poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's closed. Y'all letting me know that you voted. Some of you letting us know who you voted for. Y'all need to do a little bit better about influencing each other, right? You know, like root for your favorites. Okay, who won that bout? Winning bout 1, the sacrificial bout, was Natasha Carrizosa. Okay, people. Ooh, I'm sorry. That might have been loud for some people if you're wearing headphones. Any hoozle, it's time to get going with the real thing. That was just the sacrificial round. We are ready to get into it. We got 8 poets. They got fire. They got poems. They want to spit. So coming up first to the virtual stage, y'all show some love in the comment section for Gwen Cee.
Hello.
Gwen, welcome. Where are you joining us from?
I am joining from Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky in the house. All right. Coming up against Gwen Cee is going to be Kirsten McWhorter. Kirsten, welcome to the virtual stage. Where are you joining us from?
I am joining you from Jackson, Tennessee.
Okay, Kentucky and Tennessee. I see you. All right. Kirsten, I'm going to go ahead.
Time.
It's a battle. It's about to go down. Kirsten, I'm going to go ahead and mute you. That means Gwen Cee. The stage is.
I predict not all my ancestors were racist. Either way, I am not their voice nor their thoughts. I be not they. I be not they. I predict lies, audacity to claim truth, make stories better. So does color, purple passion. When red and blue sides of politics finally mesh and make sense, that's power for the people. Golden years. Those who raised us mustn't be taken for granted. Ensuring they're cared for instead of taken advantage of is our superpower. Be king. Little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls, or black men and black women will be able to join hands with white men and white women without others, or social media's opinions as an ignorant. Red tape be destroyed. White murderers, even if uniform blue, get convicted and sentenced, and then black lives finally do matter. Respect what I say, regardless of my complexion, I've earned it. Me nor my work are green, it's my logo because it's my favorite. Been planting seeds for a dirty 30, I did 3 dimes, silver. Sometimes I get too down in the weeds, but you ain't got to worry about keeping your grass cut low with me. I predict I will kill you with ink, because what I write rattles, jars people from comfort. Now they can't stand me, not knowing I bring the table to offer them a dance seat. I predict someone who remembers my poems loves the soul inside I, which wasn't intended to be mine. I predict plague isn't the disease, it's people refusing to fight it. Instead, for their precious freedoms like dining and haircuts, they riot. We be better when we give into and learn from our demons. I predict thieves need it more than I, you, or we combine. I predict black patients get treated, but different. I predict like dry canal, poetry can take us to nowhere and not bring us back. Birth doesn't matter, neither does death, but my 3 biracial sons and all who look like them matter from birth to death, even when folk try to make them feel like they don't. I predict Nike made billions off black athletes, but I'm thankful they paid Cap after he need, because more role model activists is what the world needs, heroes and sheroes. I predict time is non-existent. Old white male poets who I don't know probably paved the way for me, yet what I spit, they might consider me spitting on their graves.
That was Gwen Cee with 2 minutes and 10 seconds of a poem. She might predict that time is non-existent, but in this round, 2 minutes and 10 seconds is all the time that we gonna get. But you got 2 minutes and 10 seconds of a great poem. Coming up next against Gwen Cee on the neon green side, Kirsten, the stage is yours.
You're sitting in the waiting room, and your head says doubt. Doubt and run. There's no way out. You're a loaded gun. Hold your finger steady. Let's get ready. It's time for therapy. She starts out with the words, "How are you today?" The lies slip out of your mouth through gritted teeth. "I'm fine." The voices are quiet, and I swear I still eat. You know the words to say, but she won't let you get away with it. You're trying to convince her yourself or her that everything's all right. You tell yourself or her that you've not given up the fight, but is it real? Is it right? Session goes quiet. The room is silent. The therapist promises you that nothing you say will leave this room unless you will it. But there's a sign on their door saying different. If you're hurting yourself, if you're hurting others, if you've given me permission to speak to someone, you can't trust anyone with these secrets inside your head. You stay quiet. She's staring at you with those earnest eyes. She wants to help you kind of eyes. Doesn't believe your lies, but she lets you tell them. You can't rush healing, she says. So you close your eyes and you try and figure out what to say. What is the truth? Truth is, your time is up. I'll see you next session.
All right, that was Kirsten on the neon green side, wrapping up bout 1 of round 1, which means, people, it is time to vote. The time is now. The time has come. Click on that link that we have already dropped in the chat, and then after you vote, let us know how you voted. Try and influence the other judges, Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling Gwen Cee's poem. Throw some neon green, throw some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling Kirsten's poem. Throw both color hearts if you can't decide, but you still have to make a decision, people, okay? You have to make a decision, okay? You got to pick between one of these two fantastic poets because only one will advance to the next round. And you're getting a little extra time because I forgot to start my timer, but that's okay. That's okay. So make sure you vote. What are you waiting for? We've dropped the link many times. Also, like I said at the beginning, make sure you're watching this live, okay? Make sure you are current. Make sure you're not watching something that happened 20 minutes ago because then your vote ain't gonna count. I'm seeing all sorts of colors coming through in the comment section, which is great, Yes, great job to both of the poets. Here we go. Dropping the link again. I'm going to give you maybe like 10 more seconds. All right. Who was it? Who's taking home? Who's moving on to the next round and taking home a guaranteed $10? Was it Gwen Cee on the psychedelic purple side or Kirsten McWhorter on the neon green side? You got to decide in 5, 4, 3. This countdown is actually just to close the poll. You should have already decided. If you're still waiting while I'm counting down from 5, you've wasted your time. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. Poll's closed. Poll's closed. Poll's closed. Poll's closed. So moving on. Bout 2 is going to be round 2. Gwen Cee. Y'all show some love in the comment section. Kirsten, thank you so much for that incredible poem. Gwen Cee, we'll see you in the next round. All right, people, that's how it goes. Boom, boom, boom. Moving on. Bout 2 of round 1. Coming up first on the psychedelic purple side, you all show some love for BLUPOETRES. Blue, where are you joining us from?
New York.
Ooh, New York City, New York?
Long Island.
Okay. All right. She cute. She close. All right. Long Island in New York going up against Amir Safi. Amir, where are you joining us from?
Houston, Texas.
All right. Here we go. Houston, Texas versus New York City. Not New York City. Long Island. Amir, I'm going to go ahead and mute you, which means BLUPOETRES. The stage is yours.
Thank you. She asked me how to spell his name, and I paused. T-I-L-L, I said. Then I thought better of it. E-M-M-E-T. The Black mother in me couldn't understand or comprehend that another Black woman living in America did not know his name. I went into teacher mode. Just spell it. Too many folks around. This isn't the time nor the place to tell her he was a little Black boy lynched in Mississippi by way of Chicago for allegedly whistling to a white woman. If she were white, would I have done the same, just spelled his name and kept it moving? No. I would have verbally berated her and called her privilege into question. There would have been some "how dare yous" and "how Caucasian of you." I would have belted out so that the uvula in the back of my throat reverberated the pain of centuries of forgotten history. He was 14 years old and lynched because a white woman used her white fragility to have him killed. I would have been foaming at the bit, vein throbbing in my forehead, palms bleeding from clenched fist. How could you not know his name? My heart screams, causing my eye to twitch. But for the Black woman who innocently asked for the spelling, that's what I gave her. My mind racing to the classroom and scratching it on the blackboard. E, M, M, E, T, T, Emmett. T-I-L-L, till. I would not embarrass her. I would not shame her. Today, I will spell for her. Tomorrow, I begin her lessons. Thank you.
All right. That was BLUPOETRES kicking off bout 2 of round 1. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you're feeling it. I also see some blue hearts. I ain't against that. It's in the poet's name. You can throw some blue hearts. Coming up next on the neon green side, Amir Safi. The stage is yours.
This is to Big Dog Pitbull, to Beat Novocaine, to Mr. Miami, to the Don Dada, to the best DJ this side of Louisiana, a Palestinian pioneer pilgrim of positivity. This is an ode to Imam Khalid, Mohammed Khalid, better known as DJ Khaled. You dropped your first album in 2006 called Listen, Linda, Honey, and we did because then you dropped another one and another one until you had 10, each album a surah in the gospel of Khaled. Please join us in opening your book to page 1, We the Best, then Victory, followed by We Global. When it came time to drop the sequel to We the Best, you did not name it We the Best Part 2. No, you named it We the Best Forever, but it wasn't all victory, was it? Like when you went to the doctor because you found a bald spot in your glorious beard. The doctor's diagnosis was that you were suffering from success. I mean, how badass is that? The thing you wanted most now turned against you, but did you stop? No, you went ahead and made an album called Suffering from Success. I never knew DJ Khaled was from the Middle East. If I only know who knows what this lunch table MC would have grown up to be. It's just we never saw anyone who looked like us and didn't try to hide where they were from. You teach brown men to be proud of our names. In a world where Bobacs go by Bobby and Behruzes go by Bruce, you drop your name on every track. Perhaps it's because you know that repetition is the key to verification, assurance that you never forget yourself. And I hear them talk. They ask questions like, does anyone even know what DJ Khaled actually does? Or they say things like, DJ Khaled is only successful because of the MCs he features, but when his bring people together to make music and actually feel good about themselves ever been something to be ashamed of? And every time they snap back with ridicule, you Snapchat with modern day proverbs like when they close the door on you, you just open it, or you got to water your plants. No one else is going to water them for you. Or some people can't handle success, but I can. Some people can't handle success, but I can. Repetition is the key to memorization, assurance that you never forget yourself, but they try to make you forget yourself, incessantly turning you into memes, into jokes, making fun of you for taking off your shirt. I guess they forgot that you were the BMI boss, you saint of Sunnah, you are didactic door.
Amir Safi on the neon green side, hitting that 2-minute and 10-second time limit, but you got 2 minutes and 10 seconds of a great poem. So now, audience, we have dropped the link in the comments section. You have to make a decision. Who is moving on to the next round? Is it BLUPOETRES on the psychedelic purple side, or is it Amir Safi on the neon green side? The time has started. You only have 1 minute, people. You only have 1 minute, so you got to vote. I see people have already voted. All right, early voting. I like it. Everyone should be early voting. Also, side note, if you live in Texas, the voter registration date ends on October 4th. So make sure that if you're not already registered to vote, you register or go online to check your registration status, because being registered to vote is so important, especially when there's so many laws trying to stop us. Anywho, putting that out there. make sure you're registered to vote. And make sure that you vote in this bout. We've dropped the link multiple times now. Who's moving on? Psychedelic Purple, BLUPOETRES, Neon Green, Ami or Safi. None of that rhymes, so I'm not even going to try to do something with that. You've got about 15 seconds, people. 15 seconds making decisions. I see a lot of hearts. I got blue, I got green, I got purple hearts. I got people. Yes, it's an important reminder. Make sure that you're registered to vote. In any case, 5. If you're still haven't voted, you're part of the problem. 4, 3, 2, 1. Poll is closed, which means moving on to round 2 to go up against Gwen Cee with a guaranteed $10, by the way, is going to be BLUPOETRES. Amir Safi, thank you for that incredible poem. BLUPOETRES, we will see you in the next round. Okay, here we go. 2 bouts done. 2 more in the first round. Coming up next to the stage, y'all, on the Psychedelic Purple side, make some noise for the Prodigy Truth. And I said make some noise, but I meant show some love in the comment section. Prodigy Truth, where are you joining us from?
Hi, I am out of San Marcos, Texas, a little south of Boston.
San Marcos, Texas in the house. All right, coming up against Prodigy Truth is Imani Jade. Imani, where are you joining us from?
Straight out of Houston.
Oh, all right. This is Texas in the house. So, Imani Jade, I'm going to go ahead and mute you, which means Prodigy Truth, the stage is.
Experiences at the blind school are typically ones you don't see coming. It'll begin in your interview. Your future supervisor will marvel how wonderfully dressed you are, will not understand how hungry you are. So smile, like your life depends on it. I love the suit, he says. He laughs, but this is not that type of job. We work with students with multiple disabilities, and I don't want to scare you off, but I wouldn't wear anything you don't want to get pooped on. You might get pooped on. So smile, like your life depends on it. And during your first week, you won't get pooped on, but you will get pissed on, but you don't get pissed off, because getting pissed on only happens when you're trying to help. And on your second week, you will meet Jason. Jason will notice that you smell nice and will not stop sniffing you. He will get addicted to your fragrance. He will try to scoot closer to you. This is your second week, and you don't understand. You yell, ouch, after he pulls your arm hair, and your coworker informs you that he can't hear or speak, but he knows ASL. You don't know ASL. He asks you what your name is, and with assistance, you grab his hands, respond, my name, Tony, or Tall. Jason will continue to have a conversation with you in a foreign language. He will make this coughing sound. It's not coughing, that's just a sound he makes when he's excited. He will hold his palms out to make sure you are listening. You will do it with a smile, because it's the only moment you will speak the same language. And when Jason dies, you will be left with boxed conversation pieces you will never get to present. They will sit in your attic. The dust and ashes will decompose your aspirations of teaching Jason. And you will finally understand the regret of not being able is a lot like getting pissed on. You won't know how to respond, and you won't see it coming.
That was the Prodigy Truth on the Psychedelic Purple side, kicking off bout 3 of round 1. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section. You're digging that poem. Coming up next on the Neon Green side, Imani Jade. The stage is yours.
Life, or at least my life, is like a swimming pool. I was never that good of a swimmer. And yet still I cling to the edge, terrified and alone. And there, as sweet of a sight for sore eyes as can be, is my sexy, floating, saving grace. Sex. You get it? You see? I am rapidly sinking under the weight of all of life's uncertainty. My failures mocking me as I wade in 3 feet deep, 5 feet of the past, and a sudden 12-foot drop to the future. But before I find myself drowning, here comes my Hail Mary. That floating donut as tight and snug of a fit as him inside of me. Life fucks us all in the end, so why not fuck? I will fuck, suck, and screw the pain away. Put on my plastic intimacy floaties. Swallow the cum to keep out the chlorine. Did I mention I was afraid of water? And so too am I scared to move through life, this life, the one I did not choose. And I wonder, how did I go from floating carefree in the womb, my safe space, to being hydrophobic, needing, wanting, craving, unable to exist without that erotic lifesaver? There are levels to this, and one day I will be able to confidently dive into my future, the deep end, without needing that empty air-filled gesture. But today, until then, I will doggy style on the shallow end, ride that wave to 5 feet, missionary stroke across that pool, hold tight to my carnal addiction floaty, and just keep swimming.
All right, Imani Jade on the neon green side, closing out bout 3 of round 2. We have round 1. We have already dropped the link in the comment section, people. Why aren't you clicking on it? Go click on it. Double tap. Get it going. Vote, because only one of these poets can advance to round 2 and go home with a guaranteed $10, maybe up to $50. We shall see. So, who do you think won that route? Did you drop some green hearts in the comment section? I see green hearts. Are there purple hearts in the comment section? I see purple hearts. That's all great and fantastic, but you got to vote in order for it to count. So make sure that you vote. One of these poets is moving on. Is going to be the Prodigy Truth on the psychedelic purple side, or Imani Jade on the neon green side. And can I just say that I love the fact that like her name is Jade and she's on the green side, and Prodigy Truth has this like purple background going on. Like, y'all just fit the color scheme. You came prepared. You knew the assignment. Okay. Anywho, it may just be fate. I don't know. In any case, I'm blabbing on. Forgot to start my timer, but you got about 45 seconds left. 45 seconds left, people. All right. For you to vote for who you think took that bout and is advancing to the next round. We have just dropped the link a second time. I'm going to repeat myself also in saying that make sure you're watching this live. No matter whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, there should be a way to click on live or scroll all the way to the end or something so that your votes count. All right? Your votes have to count. I'm seeing hearts all over the place, but did you vote? Did you vote, my friend? Did you vote? Yes, both were amazing, but you got to make a decision. Only one can advance to the next round, and you got 5 seconds if you haven't voted to let your voice be heard. Okay, vote. May voted. Rita says Imani. BLUPOETRES just gives me thumbs up. 3, 2, 1. That was the sound of the poll closing, or a cat getting their tail stepped on. I'm not sure. Either way, moving on to round 2. For a chance to win $50 in cash prizes, it's going to be Imani Jade, which means Prodigy Truth. Thank you so much for that incredible poem. Imani, we'll see you in the next round. All right. Here we go. One more bout, and then we're going to move on to round 2. You get to see these poets come back and spit some more. So, coming up first in the final bout of round 1, Sarah Bellum Mental. Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Houston, Texas.
Houston, H-Town in the house. Sarah Bellum Mental going up against Kristi Scribbles. Kristi, where are you joining us from?
Upstate New York.
Upstate New York. Where in upstate New York?
It's about an hour north of Syracuse, so
There you go.
all the way up.
Oswego.
Close to there.
That's where I was. It's beautiful up there. Any hoozle. All right. I'm going to shut up. I'm also going to mute you, Kristi, and Sarah Bellum Mental. That means the stage.
In nature, bright colors mean toxicity when eaten, remains removed from casket, throat hollow on the inside from the vultures, picking away hunted meat that rots when sat out for too long. I don't know why. She looked enticing, entrancing, enthralling to entrap her. Break wings from butterfly body. You love her shimmer. Scales that say how she survived each scrape of teeth against her collarbone until you crack it in two and wear it as a sacrifice pendant. I wore bright colors as a little girl to warn them. I'm not an easy catch, one to be subdued, forced into corners while their desires protruded from crevices they hid in the daylight. Beaten flesh won't provide sustenance. To sustain the perpetrator, stained tongue to show we didn't run, but you won't remove us from your taste buds that easily.
Sarah Bellum Mental kicking off the final bout of round one on the psychedelic purple side. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that poem, which means rounding it out, Kristi Scribbles. Kristi Scribbles, I think you've muted yourself because I can't unmute you. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. We have lost Kristi Scribbles. I'm going to sit here for a moment and hope that she's able to come back very quickly. See how I told you anything can happen, people? It's a live show. We're going to sit there for a moment. I'm going to give it, my timer's still going, so I'm going to give it a few seconds. Sometimes we just hit the wrong button. And that's probably what happened because Kristi is back. Kristi is back and unmuted. So that means Kristi Scribbles, the stage is yours.
Just stop and breathe and allow that connection to the ones around you, to those who suffer and hurt and need, the ones who need and hurt and who cry. Connect to them and feel them and love them with all of you and your heart and your soul, for our souls are reaching out to each other in these times of hard and heavy and tough, because it is tough. It is hard and hurting, but we are tough. We are strong. We are humanity. We are human. We are one. So let's take our oneness and turn it into greatness, into our energy, into our power, into our prayer of humanity, of coming together and kneeling together and praying together, praying. May we kneel to pray now. Pray for us all, for everyone. Pray for those in Afghanistan, for those in Haiti, for those in New Orleans. Pray for those that are fighting. Pray for the soldiers. Pray for those hurting. Pray for those who think differently, for those babies, for those mothers, those families. Pray for those hating. Pray for those who hurt others, who don't understand. Pray for those who cry and those who make others cry. Pray for the fires, for the rain, for the storms, for our planet, for our balance. Pray for those who can't pray. Pray for those who can't see. Just pray for those. Just pray for those are us and we are them. And when we pray for them, that prays for us. It prays for us to pray for them. So just kneel on this earth, on this ground, within this breath, within our divine breath. Let us pray. May we all come together, pull together in prayer and understanding in God, Creator, all that is and ever was. May the power of prayer find you here, find you now, find us here, find us now, in power, in peace, in prayer. Thank you. Sorry about that.
All right, Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side, coming back in after minor technical difficulties and spitting a poem. Throw some neon green hearts in the comment section if you dug that, but in whatever you dug, you got to let your voice be heard now, because we have already dropped the link in the comments section. So if you are just joining us, you, the audience, are also the judges. We drop links in the comments section. You click on said links, and then you vote for your favorite, and one of these two amazing poets moves on to the next round and wins some money. That's the way it works. It's real quick, simple. Started my timer. I remembered this time. You got about a minute, people. About a minute. And that's it. Because it's quick. You just got to go with your gut. Make a decision. Vote. Let your voice be heard. Because your voice matters. Okay? And one of these two poets is going to walk away with some money tonight. Is it going to be Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side? Or is it going to be Sarah Bellum on the psychedelic purple side? One of these two poets. I don't make the decisions here, people. I'm a Gemini. That's impossible. You make the decisions. I see we got people that have voted. I see we got people. Yes, it's a hard one. I get it. I told you it only gets harder as the night goes on, but you have to make a decision. These decisions are hard. The last election was easy. So we dropped the link again. You got 5, 4. Again, if you're waiting for me to count down, what are you doing with your life? 3, 2, 1. Polls are closed. which means moving on to round 2 and walking away with some guaranteed money. Going up against Imani Jade in round 2 is going to be Kristi Scribbles. Sarah Bellementals, thank you so much for that incredible poem. Kristi Scribbles, we'll see you in the next round. Okay, people, that's the end of round 1. 8 amazing poets came into this competition. We have narrowed it down. Not we, you, the audience, has narrowed it down to 4 incredible poets that are all walking away with some form of monetary compensation. Now it's just a matter of how much. But before we jump into the next round, if you're sitting at home and you're thinking to yourself, I have poems. I want to compete in a virtual slam for cash money. I could use some extra coins in my purse. Well, you can. And the way that you get access to this virtual slam and so many more incredible things is by becoming a supporter of Right About Now on Facebook. If you go to the page, facebook.com/WAN Poetry, there's a little blue button in the top, I think, right-hand corner that says Become a Supporter. You click on that. You start a free trial. I don't know how long the trial is. I think it's 7 days. But you start a free trial. You get access to our private group. And for $4.99 a month, you not only are able to compete in these virtual slams, but you also have access to a weekly writing group that meets. When it comes to poetry, National Poetry Writing Month, you get I think 15 poetry prompts every day to inspire you. You also get discounts on merchandise. You also can get reimbursement for your submissions if you're a poet that submits to like lit mags and poetry competitions. You also, if you live in the Houston area, get discounts to the live shows. The list goes on and on. I'm not going to bore you with the list. All I'm saying is that for $5 a month, it's totally worth it. And especially if you compete in these slams, you can get your membership paid for, essentially. All of the poets that have made it to the second round at this point have had their membership paid for minimum 2 months, maximum 10 months. Okay. So we're basically paying you to be supporters if you compete in these virtual slams. So do that after the show later. Just, make a note, write a post-it, set a reminder, tell she who must not be named because she will be alerted if I say her name to remind you in 30 minutes to do that. All right. That's that. That's my PSA. We're moving on because we're here for poetry, not for PSA. So 8 down to 4. Here we go. Round 2, bout 1. On the psychedelic purple side, Gwen Cee coming back. And on the neon green side, this time is going to be BLUPOETRES. I gotta sing. He's got a background in musical theater. Okay, here's how it's going to work. I got a coin. Heads, psychedelic purple is going to go first. Tails, neon green is going to go first. Flip, catch, slam. Heads. So that means, Gwen Cee, the stage is yours.
You've wanted to fire me for 30 years. Your irrational fears and envy heighten your bigotry, which be evident in your blatant dumb shit like hating due to the color of skin you marginalize others. Our separation's necessary. I expect no severance. I just won't work with you boxing others, labeling them without knowing your inner content. You withheld my promotions because I fight the rage and sea of systemic oppression, yet you promote shell programs to hide waves of gentrification. Mad, you glass ceiling me when I refuse to birth, befriend, marry, color within your lines. Yet you got permanently pissed when I used permanent marker to boldly write, inclusion, not exclusion. But the protest was necessary to be an ally to mi gente when kids were being taken. Where were you when cries of fence kids sang painful melodies to one another? Were you singing All Lives Matter? I tried to work with your tempo. As a teen, my cassettes with holes filled of paper flowed from Too Short to Ghetto to Travis Tritt. I don't love you anymore. And I don't. Ain't no love, bitch. I've clocked in to handle your fragility. I mean your business. Only cells mattered. Your contracts enabled killings of Amadou, Terrence, Sam, Walter, Sean, Mike Brown, Patrick Harmon. Your silence is harming people. You love black as long as it keeps you out the red. You preach get out the streets, but Brianna was home in the sheets. Those things you rest between after chasing your sweet dreams, but she couldn't even sleep. You hate my affiliation, work assigned by God, my calling, yet don't hate the officer who killed a man while calling for his mother. But you mad at Cap who kneeled in peaceful protest again, but not the man who kneeled to force someone's last breath. You breathed life into tax hikes for playgrounds and parks, but batted no eye when a 12-year-old child was shot playing in the park. You value Black and brown sons' military service, but don't mind when wars are waged against them, such as mass incarceration. This was intended to be a draft, but dear white people, please accept my formal resignation. Normally, I thank you for the opportunity and wish your future success. Instead, I wish you be bland, like Sandra, and die an unknown death as they claim she did. Since Alton's life was ceased when selling CDs, I pray the bank ceases your finance. I wish the demise of your product's transportation, like the police denied Philando's life while he sat in the front seat of his
Gwen Cee hitting that 2 minute and 10-second time limit, but giving us 2 minutes and 10 seconds of a great poem on the psychedelic purple side. Throw some purple hearts. I'm reading the comments. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you're feeling that poem. BLUPOETRES coming up next. The stage is yours.
I have a pocket full of lint, but a journal filled with dreams. The man says I'm poor, but I'm claiming rich. Bitch, don't tell me how to run my pockets when you can't run your home. You left in your 20s with the spoon bedazzled in silver and privilege stamped on your black card. But my black card wasn't even revoked, it was stolen. And y'all stay emboldened to keep stealing what's mine. Don't waste my time with your trivial politics and your false lies. I'm a rich poor bitch and I got nothing but time. Time to prove you wrong about me and my kind. We don't take kindly to your handouts that don't have receipts. Our stolen women that you silence are signing your death certificates as we speak. And our ancestors are prepping for your defeat. Stimulus? That dry-ass package ain't nothing but a pimply dick with no condom trying to pedophile fuck its way to our sons and daughters. COVID out here snatching everybody who don't got masks on. I said masks on. The Rona's agenda is simple, killing them all, no matter rich or poor. Checking that race box is besides the point. It don't matter what color you are as long as that money's green. Being all the way poor don't mean shit. Just take this hit and pass on your left. And when that heavy haze no longer fits, you best be sure you have love for your life, starting with yourself. The riches you deserve, they're on that top shelf. I may be poor today by your standards, but baby, God said it's the love for me.
All right, BLUPOETRES finishing off bout one of round two. Y'all, I told you it only gets harder as the night goes on. It only gets harder as the night goes on. So we've already dropped the link in the comment section. You got to click on that link and you got to go vote for who you think won that bout and deserves to move on to the final round for a chance to win the big money. You can drop hearts, appropriately colored hearts in the comment section to try and influence the other people. You can just say, I voted for so-and-so, but what you got to do is vote for so-and-so, whoever so-and-so may be. Might it be Gwen Cee on the psychedelic purple side or BLUPOETRES on the neon green side? One of these two poets is advancing to the next round. Either way, both of them are walking away with some money tonight, which is great. But one of these two poets is going to get to share one more poem. So who do you want to hear do one more poem? Huh? Who do you think won? Who do you think had the better poem this bout and deserves a chance for one more poem and a little more cash money? You need to make the decision. I'm seeing all sorts of hearts. This is yes, Katrina says this is a ridiculously hard decision. I see that. Both of them snapped and popped off. Absolutely. Well done to both, says May. Okay. Yes, that's great. That's fantastic. But only one can advance. You have to make a choice. Go ahead and make a choice. Why are you still waiting? Go vote. There's only 5 seconds. That's all out. Go vote, people. Please and thank you. 5, 4, 3. I know, Amber. We love them both, but only one can advance. 2. Okay, we're closing the polls. That's it. Moving on. Here we go. So that means moving on to the final round for a chance to win the big money. Spitting one more poem in a moment is going to be BLUPOETRES. yours, which means Gwen Cee, thank you so much for 2 incredible poems tonight. BLUPOETRES, we will see you in the final round. Here we go. All right. I need to stop clapping. I realize that can be loud. Bout 2, round 2, right before the final round. Coming up first on the psychedelic purple side, Imani Jade joining us back in the Virtual Slam studio, and facing up against Imani Jade on the neon green side, Kristi Scribbles. All right, here we go. Imani Jade, unmuted. The stage is
You. You are the culmination of everything holy. The sweet strums of the guitar and the sultry notes of the horns in the Dave Matthews Band song. You are clear cloudless skies with the low soft breeze. You are the dancing stars high in the heavens. You are the smell of old paper in a local bookstore. You are the art I ponder. You are the sophisticated and mellow jazz music in a New Orleans cafe. You are the soft lips I dream of. You are the flutters in my chest and the electrical impulses sending shockwaves through my veins. You are the never-ending kisses and warm curled toes of those long, restless nights. The love I never want to stop. You are the answered prayer from a wish whispered long ago. You are the peace in my soul. You are everything to me. You are all the favorite parts of life wrapped into one. You are my ocean eyes.
all right. Imani Jade kicking off bout 2 of round 2. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that poem. Coming up against Imani Jade on the neon green side, Kristi Scribbles. The stage is yours.
Inside the inside me. The smoke embraces me as I climb back into my skin, as I climb back into the scales of the flesh that is me, the serpent that surrounds me, that saves me, the serpent that splinters as I took that one trip to the moon and back, the trip to those stars and the planets of my friend, and the familiar of me of my past, and this soul that was born is born in the now of each minute as the clock just ticks on. While the skin I sit in, feel the weight of it hanging on the bones of me here, under those stars there where once was my home, the place of the future, and the where I am from where I have come and what have I done, and when did I go there to be right between the waves of dimensions. And they hit all a little different. You know, the bones hold the truth and the memories, they fade. Fade in the morning's light, the place of the in-between, of the here and the there and the where and the then. Was it even then, or could it be when? When the sky opens up to the volumes that speak, dancing inside my third eye, that place of connection that fills in with familiar and the call to what I know, what I have, where I have been, who I am, who I am I her, not really her, the her of 5 seconds ago, 1 second ago, half a second ago, her. I am surely not her. Am I her? Am I though? Surely I am not. She was here and I was there, laying in this bed now to be shooting to the stars there while laying safe in my room here. It flies inside me now as to the fly on the broom to fetch the night's air as I move to that place, to sit in this skin and accept warm's embrace, to forget the deep within and be where I am, to sit here in the now, in the inside me, and be okay to be in the skin I am currently in. Thank you.
Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side, closing out round 2. This is it, people. We've dropped the link in the comment section. You have to make a decision as to which of these 2 poets is moving on to the final round for a chance for that big money. So, I'm seeing hearts of all colors coming through. I'm seeing fire. I'm seeing words. So Katrina's got chills. I love it. But has Katrina voted? That's the real question. Make sure you click on that link. Make sure you vote, because only one of these poets is going to be able to advance to the next round. And you got to make that decision. Is it Imani Jade on the psychedelic purple side, or Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side? One of these two poets is moving on and going to give us one more poem and maybe walking away with some really, really big money, you know, for a virtual poetry slam. So you got 10 seconds, people. All right. I don't know what you're waiting for. I am literally aging as I wait for you to vote. 5, 4. Send the link again, Vanessa says. Send the link again. Dropping it again. Someone on my tech team is doing that. I'm pretty sure it happened. So because Vanessa requested the link one more time, I'll give you 5. Vanessa, what were you waiting for? 4. I love that you requested it, though, and you're going to go vote 3. Come on, Vanessa, get your vote in. 2. Anybody else? What are you waiting? Why are you still waiting? 1. Okay, that's it. Enough. We gave you plenty of time, people. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That means moving on to the final round. Moving on to the final round and a chance to win some money is going to be Kristi Scribbles. Imani Jade, thank you so much for 2 incredible poems. Kristi Scribbles, we'll see you in like literally 6 seconds. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The rounds are close, people. I hope everybody is voting. I really hope everybody is voting because they are so close. And this is it. The final round. The final head-to-head battle to determine who walks away in first place with $50 cash and who walks away in second place for $30 cash. This is the big money round. So coming up to the stage on the psychedelic purple side, BLUPOETRES, welcome back to the stream. Going up against BLUPOETRES on the neon green side, Kristi Scribbles. Here we go. All right. Coin flip time. Heads, psychedelic purple goes first. Tails, neon green goes first. Did I ever mention that Two-Face was my favorite villain growing up? Okay, flip, catch, land. Heads. All right. That means BLUPOETRES kicking off the final bout, final round, final battle. The stage is yours.
You say you don't see color, but how could you miss me? I'm the darkest one in the room. Your blindness dismisses me. You threw out your rebel flags and now you're committed to the cause. I just have to wonder why now. Your enthusiasm gives me pause. For as long as I can remember, you love to throw out the N-word. Now that you've been baptized in the truth, those color lines are no longer blurred. Long have been the years of lesson speeches and protests to date. Now that you're on our side, eyes wide open, but your fists might be too late. The opportunities you've missed, you should have been more brave. Man, why did it take you so long? Think of all the lives you could have saved.
All right, BLUPOETRES with her final poem of the night. If you were digging it, you know what to do. Purple hearts or blue hearts. We've seen them both tonight in the comments section. That means Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side. Final poem of the night. The stage is yours.
Hello, doubt, my old friend, my old companion, my old adversary. It's good to see you again. Well, is it? Isn't it good? Not today. It isn't. Not right now. I don't have time. I don't have time. No, I don't have time to talk right now. You're not listening. You're not hearing me. No, I don't have time to talk or converse or work through things with you. I just have so much to do, to make, to create. It's a lot right now. The world's a lot. I know. You need to talk. I have 5. That's all I have. Okay, what's up? Why are you here today, this morning? Yes, yes. The weather is nice. It is a crisp September day. I know you love those days, the perfect days, the fall-like days. Why today? Oh, you missed me? You need me? Oh, really? That same shit again? Sorry, but you know it's true. The spinning wheel spins, as they say. I know, you miss me. I know, I understand at least a little. We were so close. We were so connected. We were a team. We were inseparable for a while there. You were always around and helped me with every decision and every situation. So I get it, why it seems a little weird to be apart and no longer connected. It feels weird to me too. But you know, yes, you do. You know, we're better apart. You were doing so well without me pulling you into everything, every move, every moment. It's just better this way. Yes, it is. Yes, we are. Yes, it is hard. Hard but better. Better but hard. The harder the better, they say. Sorry, I know. Yes, I am cheesy sometimes. I know. It's okay. We will be okay. You will be okay. It will be okay. Be okay apart, okay separate, okay away for a while. I'm sure we will see each other again. We will, I promise. I do. I know. I will miss you too. See you soon. Well, not too soon. Okay. You take care. Bye now. Yes, you too. Bye.
Kristi Scribbles closing out the battle. Second poem, final round, neon green. You know what to do? Throw some green hearts in the comment section. You're feeling it. We've already dropped the link, people. This is the longest we're gonna give you, by the way. Which means I might give you like an extra 5 seconds. But again, if you're waiting till the last minute to vote, why is all I ask. So you gotta click on that link. We dropped the link. One of these two poets is walking away with $50 cash. The other poet is going to walk away with $30 cash, which is also really great. But you, the audience, are in charge of who walks away with the ultimate of wins, bragging rights. Okay, so yes, well done to both of the poets. Shit, well done to all of the poets. Shit, I said shit. Okay, all right. Then moving on. People, you got to make a choice. You got to vote. All right. I see blue hearts. I see purple. I see green hearts. All right. The audience is all over the place. I have said this multiple times. Okay. It is usually down to a margin of less than 5 votes. So if you're watching this right now, I hope you're watching live, because if you're watching this afterwards, this message isn't for you. You're too late. But if you are watching live, vote, people. Click on that link. Vote for who you thought won that round, won that bout, won the whole night. Use whatever voting criteria you want to use. You, the judge, okay? That's basically what's happening in the Supreme Court, is fuck what everybody else thinks. I'm the one sitting in this chair. So you are the Supreme Court of tonight's competition right now. And literally giving you an extra 30 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're done. We're done. That's it. No more. No more. Absolutely no more voting is going to be allowed. One of these poets is walking away with big money. The other poet is walking away with, pretty big money. Your winner tonight and winning $50 cash is gonna be one of the poets that you see on this screen, who just happens to be a poet. BLUPOETRES takes first place tonight in such a close battle. Kristi Scribbles, thank you so much for 3 incredible poems. You still walk away with $30 cash. BLUPOETRES, do you have anything you would like to say to your adoring fans?
Just thank you, everybody. Truly appreciate it. Feeling blessed. This was my first time, so I'm excited.
All right. Congratulations, BLUPOETRES. Everybody walking away in first place tonight. Okay. There we go. Another week, another $100 that we just gave away to 4 incredible poets that competed tonight. I want to give a quick shout out to all the poets that competed: Gwen Cee, Kirsten McWhorter, BLUPOETRES, Amir Safi, The Prodigy Truth, Imani Jade, Sarah Bellamento, and Kristi Scribbles. Y'all, it has been a fantastic night. Thank you for joining us. You, the audience, are so important and vital for these competitions, especially because you decide the winner. So I'm glad you tuned in. We are here every second and fourth. I think that's correct. Second and fourth, I don't know what today is. Second and fourth Monday virtually. And again, if you want a chance to be part of these virtual slams, to compete for a chance to win some money, as well as have access to all the other things that Right About Now supporters have, just go to facebook.com/WANpoetry, hit the little blue button that says become a supporter. You'll have a free trial to explore, join the private group. Basically, it puts you in community with other poets and other writers. And we have found, honestly, that community is one of the best things for writing, for cultivating, for inspiring. So I hope to see you there. Hope you join us. Until next time, people, my name is Chibi. Y'all stay safe out there, please.